Tonight, why the city of Saskatoon is creating dedicated transit police. It follows a rise in complaints from drivers and reported incidents on city buses, and how an Irish internet influencer fell in love with Saskatchewan.
This is CTV News.
Hello and welcome to CTV News at 5. After a rise in complaints from drivers and reported incidents on buses, Saskatoon is creating its own dedicated transit police. City Council voted to add 9 officers and 2 patrol cars to last week's budget deliberations. As part of the 12.5% increase to property taxes over the next 2 years, roughly $1.6 million will be devoted to transit police. The launch is set to take place as the city looks to launch a rapid transit bus service in 2028.
When you're seeing weapons, pepper spray, knives, assaults, I'm sorry to be so blunt, but that's what we're talking about here today. These are no longer behavioral issues and convenience issues. We're now dealing with crime on our buses.
The plan is to develop the program next year and have transit officers patrolling in early 2027. Meanwhile, Saskatoon is taking a new approach to homelessness and downtown social disorder, Indigenous peacekeepers. 4 peacekeepers will start patrols downtown next year as part of a 1-year, $300,000 pilot project. The non-uniformed teams will work 12 hours a day, supporting people on the street and connecting them with social services. The peacekeepers will get training from police and will be specialized in diffusing situations.
We need another tool. We need a tool that's based on relationship, that's not based on enforcement. And that's what the peacekeepers are so skilled at.
The city says an Indigenous-led response can build trust, with Indigenous people making up about 80% of the city's unhoused population. A 36-year-old man is recovering after being attacked with a machete. Police say they were called to the 100 block of Avenue W South at around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. The victim told officers he did not know the person who attacked him. His injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. RCMP are investigating the death of a woman in Meadow Lake as suspicious. On Friday morning at about 9 o'clock, officers were called to an unresponsive person in a parking lot near Highway 4 and 1st Avenue West in Meadow Lake. There they found the 29-year-old woman from Waterhen Lake First Nation dead. RCMP are asking anyone with information on the death or who saw anything suspicious to report it to them or Crime Stoppers. A man who pleaded guilty to manslaughter in connection with a 2023 Regina homicide has received a 10-year prison sentence. Peter Sheepskin pleaded guilty last month to manslaughter in relation to the death of 36-year-old Patrick Badger. The victim was found in a home on the 600 block of Garnett Street on February 9th of 2023. Police first believed Badger had died of an overdose, but further investigation found he was murdered. Last year, the other man charged in this case, Darian Toto, received a 15-year prison sentence after he pleaded guilty to manslaughter as well. Prince Albert police say a 17-year-old boy taken into custody following the homicide of a teenage girl has not been charged in connection with her death. On Thursday morning, emergency crews were called to the 900 block of 12th Street West, where a 16-year-old girl was suffering from life-threatening injuries after being shot. A 17-year-old boy at the scene was taken into custody. Police say officers searched the home where the shooting happened the day after. Today, police said the boy has been charged with breaching conditions, but that no charges in connection with the homicide have been laid at this time. The provincial government is partnering with YWCA Regina for a new living program that will help youth receiving child welfare services transition to independent living. The 12-space semi-independent living program will be based in Regina, meant for youth between the ages of 16 and 21. It'll offer 24-hour on-site mentorship and guidance supports. The program is set to begin in January with $865,000 in yearly provincial operating funding. Time now to take a look at weather conditions. Sabine Ahmed joins us on this first day of December. Sabine, of course, that means the countdown to Christmas is on, but it doesn't necessarily look entirely like Christmas in parts of the province just yet.
Not just yet, but there is more snow on the way, Cole, and the temperatures, I can say we're starting to see them below seasonal, much colder than what we're usually seeing and what we've been used to, especially with a warmer November, and those temperatures are expected to continue. Now, we're going to Even as we head into tonight, might warm up a little bit compared to what the daytime highs were. A different story, especially when we take a look at what the wind chill values will be looking at. But in terms of today, didn't really see much. We do have that system bringing some of that snow in, where we will start to see the effects of those snows tonight. But I'll talk more about that coming up in your forecast. Cole?
All right, thanks, Sabine. Well, the former mayor of Regina is joining Premier Scott Moe's staff. According to an order in council filing published last week, Sandra Masters will become the deputy chief of staff in Moe's executive council. The role will specialize in communications effective December 1st. Executive council provides support to the premier, cabinet, and cabinet committees in various capacities. Masters served as mayor of Regina from 2020 until 2024. A major road construction project in Regina is now complete. The two-year, $32 million Dewdney Avenue revitalization project focused on replacing aging underground infrastructure, along with redeveloping the landscape between Albert and Broad Street on Dewdney. Aside from a new road, the changes leave room for wider sidewalks and additional patio space. After weathering 2 years of lower foot traffic during construction, some businesses say it was worth the wait.
It's been a long time in the coming. I was at the funding announcement 7 years ago, and so yeah, there's nothing but good news. I've been looking forward to this for almost a decade now, and it's fantastic. It's beautiful. There's cars on the street. We're open for business.
A total of $67.5 million was approved for revitalizing Regina's downtown and surrounding areas like the Warehouse District. Saskatchewan has earned an international fan with a young Irish-born content creator singing the praises of our province and attracting plenty of interest in the process. As Carla Shinkaruk reports, Saskatchewan is a place he never expected to fall in love with.
It must have been good if I have come back so soon.
This content creator seems to be creating a buzz in Saskatchewan and beyond.
The people are my favorite part. I was made feel so welcome. I actually came on the Thanksgiving weekend, so a lot of things were closed. Strangers reached out and they were like, we want to make your time here really nice. Like, come and have dinner with us. Like, let me hang with you. Like, I want to show you this and that. Like, and that is not something that you get everywhere.
He quickly learned that positive sentiment about Saskatchewan isn't always the norm.
A lot of people were like, why would you come to Saskatchewan?
Harkin moved to Canada from Ireland a year ago. He now lives in Toronto. Saskatchewan wasn't originally on his itinerary until curiosity got him after hearing the name Saskatchewan in a popular song.
This is my love letter for the kindness, for the people, for the friendships that I will carry with me. For a place I didn't expect to change me, but it did.
His endearing posts seen by thousands. He even gets stopped on the street. Global followers now get a taste of prairie life through his lens.
I'm going to try and find the beauty here. I came and I loved it. So I spent time at the Western Development Museum this trip, which was insane. And my last trip I went to Wanuskewin, and that was incredible. You know, like that was my first time seeing bison in the wild.
He admits that his first trip here was sponsored through a travel company.
I actually only did Saskatoon and Moose Jaw the last time.
So this time he was back simply by choice, meeting the Saskatchewan Wanderer in Regina.
I'm at the Agribition, and that was my first rodeo, so I can't use that phrase anymore.
He says it only gets to about -4 in Ireland, so he's not sure about a real winter visit here, but the warmth he's found from new friends might just make him brave the cold.
Thank you, Saskatchewan. Until we meet again.
Carla Shinkaruk, CTV News, Saskatoon.
After the break, we'll check in with some Saskatchewan martial artists who are headed overseas to compete for an international karate title. For the third time in his curling career, Regina's Ben Hebert will represent Canada at the Winter Olympic Games.
It needs to hit and roll towards the pin. Needs to hit and roll towards the pin. You need to hit, roll to the pin. How's that? And it's off to Italy.
Hebert and Team Brad Jacobs beat Matt Dunstone in the best-of-3 final at the Canadian Curling Trials. It will be third Mark Kennedy's 4th trip to the Olympics, the second for skip Brad Jacobs, and second Brett Gallant. Rachel Homan's Ottawa rink will represent the women's side, while Gallant will play with Jocelyn Peterman in mixed doubles. Olympic curling starts February 4th with mixed curling. A Saskatchewan figure skater took home a gold medal for the Skate Canada Challenge in Calgary on the weekend. Wolseley's Tristan Taylor and his partner Miyu Yunoki from Japan finished first in the senior pairs event. The two started working together last season while training in Colorado Springs. They feel they've turned a corner in their first full season together.
This year we definitely have, just getting a full season behind us and being able to have a full off season. Last year we started competing within 3 months of being together, so having a full off season to work out everything has been really huge for us.
The two will compete again at the Canadian Skating Championships January 5th to 11th in Gatineau, Quebec. From Krav Maga to Taekwondo, Saskatchewan's martial arts community includes a wide range of disciplines. One of them, of course, is karate, and our province is going to be well represented at an upcoming championship in Italy. Hallie Mandrick has more.
Lily Samard has been practicing karate since she was 7 years old, and now, at the age of 14, she is preparing to represent Canada on the national stage.
When we first moved here from Whitehorse, my aunt asked me what sport I wanted to do, and I watched so many karate videos and movies, and yeah, I just told her karate.
After years of training, Samard is heading to Venice, Italy to represent Team Canada for the World Karate Federation Youth League Championships. According to her sensei, this opportunity is far from just luck. It takes significant preparation and discipline for an athlete to reach this level.
We train about 5 days a week, preparing all of our athletes for competition and in technical training inside of the dojo. And then we meet about every 2 weeks as a provincial team and do high-performance karate training.
Samard says karate has helped her develop a number of skills which are useful both in the dojo and in life.
I've learned a lot of things from karate, mostly respect and discipline, but also how to make, it helped me get talking to people more, making friends easier, and, well, as I said before, you make friends everywhere you go.
These teachings are something Burns says he has spent more than 3 decades instilling in his students.
The athletes that come learn how to compete, learn how to travel, learn how to get their work done, and learn how to be teammates. And quite frankly, karate's kind of interesting because we're a big family. And that's what's kept me here for so long.
Samard added that while she's excited for her first trip outside of Canada, she's keeping her eyes on the prize.
Yeah, I'm going to go in and do my best, but if my goal is to get first point, because that's a really big thing.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Coming up, your full forecast with Sabine, plus how tiny pieces of art are making a big difference for a Saskatchewan youth organization. The Regina Humane Society is kicking off its annual Home for the Holidays campaign. The event brought in animal lovers of all ages to enjoy snacks, crafts, caroling, animal education, and more over the weekend. According to staff, the initiative is off to a good start, with 32 animals finding their homes for the holidays this week alone. The goal of the open house is animal education and exposure for the organization as well. All right, Sabine Ahmed is here for another look at weather conditions across Saskatchewan. Sabine, I've really been fighting back against the urge to pull my block heater cord out of my engine, but I think it sounds like it's probably time.
Yeah, you and I both, Cole. I think heading into this evening, but especially tomorrow night, we're definitely going to have to start plugging in our vehicles because those frigid temperatures are here and they're here to stay. We will see some of those temperatures bump just above the daytime average, but for the most part, heading into December, we're certainly going to start to see those temperatures dip. Now, our average daytime high usually is sitting about -5, -6. Today in Regina, we did warm up to about -12. Right now, the wind chill is -18 with the winds just over 10 kilometers an hour. Saskatoon, same story. I actually saw a warm up of about -11, and that's currently what we're sitting at right now. But also Saskatoon, we're seeing a wind chill value at about -18. Now that doesn't feel too bad. But again, as we head into tomorrow night, it's going to feel worse. If we take a look at what we have seen over the past couple of hours, again, most of it has been cloud cover, and we did start to see the system bringing in the snow late this afternoon into Saskatchewan, and that's the system that we will start to see bringing more snow into Saskatoon later this evening. And then as the night goes on into the overnight, we'll see the snow come through the Regina area and into the Parkland. Now, in terms of what snowfall accumulation we can expect, I'll show you that in a second, but that's really the last of the snow we'll see until we get into Thursday. And that Wednesday evening we'll start to see the system bring more snow through into the overnight for parts of the Parkland primarily. Could see some of that snow reaching into Regina as well. But let me just show you a real quick look at what we can expect for snowfall totals. So by tomorrow morning, we could see about a trace amounts in southern Saskatchewan, and then the more we inch up north into the Yorkton, Saskatoon area, up to 2 by North Battleford and Lloydminster, anywhere between 3 to 4 centimeters. So as we progress into Tuesday and into Wednesday morning, we'll see a little bit more of that snow building up, and then also continuing to see some more. Of course, it's going to disappear on me, but averaging between now and to about Thursday, southern Saskatchewan could see about 3 to 4 centimeters, and then into central and then into northern Saskatchewan, similar amounts of snow expected. Temperatures continuing to be a little around the seasonal side for our overnight lows. -16 for Weyburn, Yorkton, -11 for Moose Jaw. Warmer for Swift Current at -6. But into tomorrow again, we'll see those temperatures for some parts of southern Saskatchewan. We'll see them above seasonal, but we're also going to start to see these abnormal temperature trends where your daytime highs are colder than what the lows are. But as we take a look at what's to come for tomorrow, -4 is our daytime high for Regina, -26 is the low, with a wind chill value of -33. That's the last time we'll see it until we get into the weekend with those wind chill values in the -30s. And Thursday, Friday looking around seasonal at -5 and -9. Saskatoon, similar story, but Saskatoon tomorrow's low -29 with a wind chill value of -38. So those are temperatures we're going to really want to be mindful of if you are spending any time outdoors heading into the evening. We may even see some wind chill warnings in effect heading into tomorrow night. But again, by Thursday, -2 above seasonal, and then back into Friday, Saturday, expect those wind chill values back in the -30s for those lows.
In partnership with the Ranch Airlo Society and the town of Pilot Butte, a tiny display is showing off some big talent in the community. Sierra D'Souza Butts has the details.
Over 200 pieces of art from youth and adults are being showcased at Pilot Butte Town Hall.
A really gorgeous, eclectic mix. It really shows the diversity and the sort of amazing talent of the people that live at Ranch Airlo.
The tiny art show features portraits, drawings, and crafts created by members of the Ranch Airlo Society, a nonprofit that provides group care and social services to individuals and families. The organization was invited by Pilot Butte's Town Council and Library, aiming to welcome both youth and young adults into the community.
They've already built some community with the kids that live in our houses, but they wanted to further that, and they were really kind and really gracious just to say they want the kids that live at Ranch Airlo to just understand that they're part of this community.
The show also includes some art produced by the town, which will be for sale as part of a fundraiser.
We always get kids coming by our house on Halloween, and it always warms my heart. And so just in the spirit of reconciliation and just wanting to make the kids out there feel a part of the community, they come to our library and use the computers and the internet and stuff, so we just really wanted to bridge that gap and make them feel more welcome and a part of our town.
The artists were just given free rein to paint, draw, collage, bead, whatever they wanted.
Between the group homes in Regina and Pilot Butte, about 90 individuals contributed to the show.
It's a really nice opportunity for them to, I don't know, sort of be celebrated, to be have an exciting event, to just showcase what they're all about.
The art will be displayed at the Pilot Butte Public Library branch until December 10th. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Pilot Butte.
The The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has once again issued a warning about recalled pistachio products due to possible salmonella contamination. This is the latest in a series of similar recalls across the country. The pistachios and pistachio-containing products from the most recent recall warning were sold in several provinces, including Saskatchewan, as well as online. An extensive list of the products and where they were sold is available on the government's website. The notice advises anyone who has become sick from eating a recalled product to contact their healthcare provider. New HIV prevention guidelines say doctors should not be gatekeeping antiretroviral medication. A coalition of doctors across Canada have published 31 recommendations and 10 good practices for prescribing the medication before and after potential HIV exposure to prevent the infection in the Canadian Medical Association Journal. The new guideline states that a health provider should prescribe the meds to someone who's seeking it, even if they don't disclose their HIV risk factors, rather than doctors gatekeeping access. The recommendations are aimed at reducing the rise of HIV infections in Canada over the last several years.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
The final day of Canadian Western Agribition over the weekend brought a great opportunity for those working in the agri-tech sector. As a way to improve and manage the workload for farmers, 3 awards were given out to teams after they presented their pitches to a panel of 3 judges. Penrider, which was created by a group of 6 university students, won $7,000 as Best Business Plan. The idea of Penrider was inspired by improving calf health for farmers. Still ahead at 6, after a rise in complaints from drivers and reported incidents on buses, Saskatoon will be creating its own dedicated transit police. We'll have the latest on that. Plus, a new approach to homelessness and downtown social disorder in Saskatoon that takes an Indigenous approach. Let's leave it there for now, but stay with us. CTV National News begins in a moment. We hope to see you again at 6. Take care.